there, guys. It's Dana here, your Flat Earth Doula. I am here to help walk alongside you while we navigate the many conspiracy theories and psyops that are going to be thrown at us over the next few months. Today is a hold the mic kind of day, and I'm going to tell you why. Yesterday was Monday, September 9th, and many school districts in our area were closed because there is uh, definitely not an MK Ultra psyop thing going on there at all with that guy. And there's a lone shooter. A lot of school districts shut down. Our district did not. I support that because maybe coming from Philly, but like if we shut down school every time there was a shooter on the loose, we wouldn't go to school. So I understand people want to be cautious, but it's like, okay, guys still out there today. School closed again. Are we now, and this is my train of thought. We've already seen where gun violence has been considered like a health epidemic or a health problem that, unfairly targets children. They make a statement about it being the third leading cause of death, but it leaves a lot out. I think they're going to, I think what is happening right now is because they plan on shutting the country down and taking our guns and putting us under martial law. And I don't think we're going to have an election. And I know that's a lot. I know it's a lot. So click on the video. If you could click the like button, I'd appreciate that. Okay, here's the way I see it. We've already seen where gun violence has been considered a public health epidemic by the CDC. The CDC has already been granted powers because of what was signed in under President Trump that gave the CDC the ability to direct or guide certain, to deal with certain health problems as they arise. What they're trying to do is create an atmosphere where gun violence does become problematic. And unfortunately, what that means is that some of our children are not going to make it. And the thought that it could be one of my kids makes me like despair to put them on the bus every day. And yet, where everybody says homeschool, we've done a variation of schooling and homeschooling since approximately 2020. So we've given it a couple years. My children are at an age they don't want to be homeschooled. I don't want to homeschool children that don't want to be homeschooled. They go to school so that I can go to work. They go to school so that they can learn reading, writing, and arithmetic. They shouldn't be getting indoctrinated by the Rainbow Mafia in school, but that's neither here nor there, right? Because it's totally unrelated, because that shooter in Georgia definitely didn't come out as a they, them. Like I fucking called it when it happened. Okay. The schools having coddled and encouraged this Rainbow Mafia behavior, where it is perfectly okay to hate and despise the cis kids because they don't 100% support your lifestyle. Here's the thing. Y'all don't support my lifestyle. I'm fine with it. Thank you very much and have a nice day. There's just no reason for the violence that we're seeing. And I think it's a combination of factors. We're dealing with, the long-term ramifications of things like the CIA's MK Ultra project. There's also, monarch programming. There's beta sex kitten programming. There is all of this programming that is designed to warp the mind and create, miniature traumas that we then begin to associate with whatever they have put in front of us to satiate or calm us once that said thing happens. So it's psyop after psyop. So I think we're going to see an increase in these school shooters, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. The increase in school shooters is because we have so many kids that have bought into this desperately hopeless way of looking at the world, and that it's okay to just destroy life because life has no value if death has no meaning. And we can't get to a place where I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so overwhelmed with thoughts. The reason school shooters are increasing is because we have a higher number of the population on things like mood stabilizers. And at the same time, you also have a large segment of the population that is losing health insurance, that can't afford to get their medicine. So you have people that are not taking it regularly. You combine that with the fact that there are they then and may be experiencing the effects of cross-sex hormones. And by the way, we don't know how that's going to go. We do know there's a good chance they're going to be sterile. Not to mention the mood and endocrine disorders that we're going to see in women when they 20 years from now. I mean, we think hormonal birth control pill was bad for women. Holy shit. What do you think it does if you flood a female's body with testosterone during puberty? Come on, guys, this isn't hard to figure out. We let the they thems take over because we were afraid to hurt their feelings and tell them that their ideas were silly. But they're silly. Okay? You don't know what it feels like to be a man. You really don't. You just know you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. And I feel bad for people like this. I really do. But the fact is, they seem to be creating these school shooting events a lot more in the last 2 years. And I think we're going to see it increase. Now, finally, after 10 minutes, it brings me into Monday. I get a text message from my daughter, who, let's see, let me get into the share screen. Thank you for your patience with me, guys. I know it's a little annoying, but I hope that this will be at least closed. Okay, I'm trying to find the page that I had. My face. Okay. I got this message from my daughter yesterday at 9:30. Hey, Mom, we're on soft lockdown, which means we can't go outside. All the windows and doors are locked. The blinds are closed, but we can still continue with class. Because in the middle of a lockdown, you scare the shit out of these kids, and then you just try to go on with class as usual, like everything's going to be fine. That in and of itself is inflicting trauma upon these kids who don't feel heard and recognized. When they go to the school counselors and they tell them, hey, this guy threatened to R word and SA and kill these 3 people, and this person is still back in class. No, those people should be separated. They should be separated away from the normal kids. Now, if me saying the word normal is upsetting to you, that is just absolute tough shit. What do I mean by normal? I mean the children that don't have bloodthirst coursing through their veins. I'm talking about kids that just want to go to school and learn. I'm not talking about ableist or whatever. I'm not talking about mental health crises. I'm talking about the safety of our children. And we have to err on the side of caution. Now, as I described it, I think these people should essentially be in what amounts to a mini prison. They need to be locked up until their mood's been stabilized. And guess what? It doesn't happen after a 72-hour hold. You need more than that. You need realistic therapists, parents, supportive friends who are going to be real with the person that is experiencing this. Schools are on soft lockdowns because our schools are soft targets. We've also seen an increase in National Guard and Army presence in some of our major cities. The takeover of a hotel in Brooklyn. These things are happening, and you can't tell me that it's not all related to the soft lockdown, because guess what? That's still happening today. That soft lockdown is still in effect. So they're just sitting there with the doors and windows locked, trying to pretend everything's normal. They don't know why. They can't give you a clear answer. They can't, they won't. What's the difference? And maybe that's where like the fire comes from in me, because unless these, educated professionals, do they not know what's going on? And if they don't know what's going on, and fair enough, why haven't they asked any questions about what's going on? And if they're not getting answers, Why aren't they taking it up the chain? Why aren't they making a video, a Facebook post about it? Why aren't they talking to their neighbor? Why aren't they inviting the mom around the block to the next school board meeting? Why? It's starting to feel like things are so completely goddamn out of control that I have to pick like one area to focus in on. And if my kids are going to be going to school, then maybe that's it. I don't know, you guys. I'm not saying that I have any answers, and I'm not coming at it from like a know-it-all perspective, but I am coming at it from a things I know I'm right about. Okay, so here's what I know I'm right about. We are going to see an increase in psyops. What do I mean? I mean major tragedies and news stories, crazy shit that happens, train derailments, and underground titans that implode, and Trump getting practically assassinated, and the deep state, and COVID vaccines, and what it, there's just too much. It's too out of control. There's just too many things to try to control. But it seems like getting involved in the school might be a good place to start, because I don't like how they're not telling parents what's going on now. And I made that post yesterday, and almost right away, I had friends chiming in from Florida, Pennsylvania. I'm in Kentucky. Um, Florida, Pennsylvania, Canada, and Kentucky. Like, we're not even talking about isolated to the United States. Does this have anything to do with the increase in new arrivals to our nation, or perhaps that we're approaching the 25th anniversary of 9/11? Because that's what I think it is. I think our schools are soft targets. That's why they're on soft lockdowns. Do you think I'm right? I think that our schools, our children, are soft targets. And so the soft lockdown is for that. I can only assume the absolute worst, most dangerous thing, simply because school administrators don't give you a straight goddamn answer about anything. Well, after all that, I'm going to post this video, and then I'm going to go immediately from here over to the school to volunteer with the trauma club. So if you want to stay around for 5 more minutes, I'm going to get into like a little bit of personal update. So my kids tried out for the middle play, the play at the middle school, which is going to be the Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyway, my three daughters, one of them got the lead, one of them got just another pretty major character, the narrator, and then one of them got like a small role that was, a little bit more in the shadows, as she preferred. So I expect it to be, kind of a fun experience. I've never done theater with kids. I know it's a whole different thing than doing adult theater, but we'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully I can make some inroads with some of these kids and get to know some parents, and maybe get to know some of the school administrators, maybe get to ask these questions and get a straight goddamn answer. And for that record, or for that matter, I know what I have here is a tiny little YouTube/Rumble channel that nobody really watches. But teachers, if you come to me anonymously, I 100% will protect your anonymity, but also get the information out. This way, you yourself are saved from any negative consequences. I'm protected because First Amendment. I can see where I'm. I do not respect your authority. South Park. Remember the days of South Park when shit was allowed to be funny? Oh, good times. Um, yeah, I completely lost my train of thought on that. It's been a hell of a couple of days, you guys. I've not slept well, as you can imagine. Last night I was up early. This morning we're going to go to do this play, and then we're going to come home and eat a delicious dinner. Guys, I'm posting this to YouTube and Rumble. If you could just click the buttons, subscribe or follow, like, thumbs up. I don't know, wherever you're at, please let me know what you think. I think this has more to do with the approaching 25th anniversary of 9/11 and the presence of a large, large number of individuals into our country who are not from here and are from second and third world nations where living like fucking animals is just considered to be normal. We are in deep goddamn shit. Keep your head on a swivel. Avail yourself of protection. You walk into a room, identify who do you think looks like they can handle themselves? Who looks like they're carrying protection? Where are the nearest exits? Where can you duck behind if you have to? If you don't feel comfortable carrying a pew pew, how about some bear spray? I mean, there are options. You don't have to go straight to the pew pew. They're going to come and try to take those anyway. Just give it time. They're inching the David Icke calls it the totalitarian tiptoe, where you kind of like they want to make this big move where they want to take the guns, but they can't come right in and say we want your guns because the public would get entirely too alarmed. So instead, what they do is they say, "Oh, we want your this, we want your bump stocks, we want your magazines can only hold so many bullets, we want your you have to get this special kind of license when you have this special kind of gun, and then also this kind of license if you want to add this special thing onto the gun that you already paid for, that you already paid taxes for, that you already paid licensing fee for." And they are just bending us over and fucking us up the ass dry. I can't take it anymore. Can't take it anymore. And that's where I'm at. I haven't been making videos because I don't have time. I'm working. Now that I'm working, we got kicked off our insurance. So now I have to figure that out. Meanwhile, my medications still need to be filled. I am day to day, hand to mouth, just to be able to fucking survive here. And I'm gonna get fucked over by my government so they can jerk it off and give it to what? Ukraine? What's the next country that they're gonna give billions of my dollars to? People, we got it. I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm going with this. Thank you for liking the video, sticking around this long if you did. I appreciate your time. I wish you well. I hope you have a good night and get a good night's rest. I'm certainly going to try to. I'm hoping getting all this off my chest will help. Not much to get off, you know. All right, you guys, take it easy. Just being a dork. Bye.